Hello, everybody. I'd like to welcome you all to the HoopsKing.com YouTube channel. Today, I'm really excited to continue my series that I started on the dynamic defense levels 3 and 4. I am Coach Kevin Furtado, and it's good to be with you again. Again, this review, Coach Rick Torbett, BetterBasketball.com. He has devised a great defensive system along with Coach Dick Helm, who's a career pro, college, 41-year experienced coach, and they provide you with a great defensive system. The one thing I want to tell you, if you're going to rent out levels 1 and 2, you need to rent out levels 3 and 4. You can't buy levels 1 and 2 and not get 3 and 4. It's an entire package you have to get. Why would I rent out levels 3 and 4? For the continuation of levels 1 and 2. You cannot watch levels 1 and 2 and then stop right there. You want your teams to be levels 3 and 4 type players. In addition to that, levels 1 and 2 are the meat and potatoes. But levels 3 and 4 are the continual growth process of this defensive system. So you can't have one without the other. Again, thirdly, both Rick Torbett and Coach Dick Helm provide you with a great teaching curriculum. For example, Coach Helm goes over a 45-minute complete breakdown of the defensive system with 3 excellent drills. Fourthly, the demonstration of the techniques is excellent. Coach Chad Warner from Shorter College does a fabulous. His teams are so well coached. They execute the system. He shows you all the switching, the rotations, the breakdowns, and all that with graphics up on the screen. It's first class. And Shorter College does an excellent job with their men's team demonstrating the techniques. A little bit of breakdown of the DVD. First of all, it starts out with the level 3 guard situations, what Coach Torbett calls a surprise and plan. And basically what he's talking about, if level 1s and 2 break down, what happens? So obviously in the situations, you're going to either help and recover, you're going to switch, and you're going to rotate. An example of this would be, one example of a situation would be a post trap. Ball goes into the low post. We got a double team down low. We then rotate and help out at the basket level. When the ball's kicked out, we recover back to our assigned players. That's kind of an example of a level 3 situation. Level 4 is basically trying to restore order. So what he points out, one principle that's very important, is when the ball is then passed out, we need to try to recover to our assigned players. So we need to get our reassignments back in order. And that's very difficult. So a level 4 player has the communication, the techniques to get back to their assignment. Very few defenders are level 4 players or have the basketball IQ to do that. But that's our goal, is to teach them the drills to get to that level. In addition, Coach Helm does a 45-minute session on the complete dynamic defensive system. He uses the boys from Cherokee High School boys program out in Atlanta, Georgia, and basically they had no idea how to run the defense. He basically took them and actually explained the defense, which is kind of neat because basically that's what you have to do when you get your team for the first time, to explain the system. But a couple key principles that he talks about. He really emphasizes what he calls the close talker position. He wants you to get right up on that offensive player's hip and constantly pressure the ball. Very difficult to do, but the whole purpose is to force you out of the highway, and then hopefully your defenders are in good position to keep the ball out of the highway. But he always wants constant pressure on the ball, what he calls the close talker position. The last thing I want to talk about is what is the favorite part of the video. The one thing I really like is he mentioned one point where, how do you know if your team's really, how can you grade your team on a level 3 situations and recoverability? And what he talks about, if your team can handle 3 consecutive situations, then you are a high-level defensive team, which is very difficult. An example, post double team, you trap. Ball's passed out. How do you recover out of that trap to back to your assigned players? You might not be back to your original assignment. The level 4 players then really step up. It's like, how do they get back? Let's say we have a mismatch with a point guard guarding a post player. How do they get back? Either through a switch or a communication. That's a high level 4 type team. And you just got to drill players on when they got mismatches. How do they get back to their assigned position? And that was a great example of what he's talking about, a level 4 team. Hey, I'm looking forward to finishing my series on the dynamic defense with the mental toughness training. I'm going to complete that as soon as possible, and I'm looking forward to speaking with you again. Please go to my website, www.coachkevinfurtado.hoopsynergy.com. I'm looking forward to speaking with you later. Thank you.